There we go, everybody. Um, so I'm going to share my screen. First of all, thank you for joining me this evening. This is a fun new addition I thought I'd add in to the schedule so that people could listen to me for, I don't know, half an hour, hopefully, on all of the trips that I've put in the schedule this year. There's always quite a few questions around them, and I know booking a room can be kind of complicated. So I'm going to share all the info with you guys about that um, as we go. So let me know if anyone has any issues seeing the screen here. I'm just going to run through the slides with all the trip information. I'll just let Rosie in. Um, okay, great. So I'm going to run through everything we've got going on for 2025, and there's one trip next year, 26, which I'll highlight at the end as well. So this is your opportunity to see what we have going on month by month and hear from Alana, who has joined our community last year and joined a trip with us last year too. And then you can ask me any questions that you like as we go, and obviously at the end and during Alana's little section when she tells you about her experience. So the first event that we have going on this year on a trip is actually just in the UK, and it is the coaching weekend to Brocket Hall, which is in Hertfordshire, and that is on the 12th of April. That's a new type of event, so I'm going to highlight as we go through what's new and what's a repeat event. The second event of the year will be in May, and it's bank holiday weekend, and it will be a 3-day trip to Portugal. And that's also a new trip to a fantastic destination. Then we have June, the repeat event, which we did 2 years ago now, and it was fantastic. It was to MANNINGS Heath Wine Estate in Horsham, which is East Sussex, I think. So like southwest of London area. Very easy to get to by train. And that's 21st of June. Then we have the stay and play to Wales. We will be staying in Cardiff and we will be watching the AIG Women's Open this year, which is at Royal Porthcawl. So it's just outside Cardiff. It's just between Cardiff and Swansea. So decided to kind of book accommodation in Cardiff because it's better vibe. But the girls had a fab time in St Andrews last year, which is why we're repeating that event this year. And then the Skratch Friendly, which is a repeat event and is the first trip that I ever did as a trip away. First year we went to Portugal. Second year we went to Morocco. Last year we went to Cyprus, which was the one Alana joined us on. And then this year we are going to be heading to Palma, Mallorca. So those are the trips we've got this year. There are two extras I'm going to tell you all about. Um, the Golf Travel Hub Team Challenge is not on the website at the moment, so you are hearing it here first. So I've just added some details into this presentation about that, so you can hear about that trip to Egypt, which is at the end of the year. And then we have some info on the Dubai trip, which is next January, which we already have 15 people booked on for. So if you are interested in that, then I will give you all the info at the end. Right, just a bit to get through. So I'm sorry if I speak really quickly, but please do jump in if there's something you want to know. So, coaching weekend at Brocket Hall. This is the first one we've done like this, and it's an opportunity to kind of do an intensive coaching weekend. It's a really nice location in Hertfordshire. It's a stately home. It's a huge estate with fine dining, stately home accommodation, and 2 golf courses, as well as incredible practice facilities. They're just installing a new driving range with TrackMan technology as well. So they're upping their game, and it should really contribute to our event that we've got there. So what's included in this trip. So we are going to be staying there for one night. And then the plan for the weekend is day one will be intensive coaching day with a par three round in the afternoon on the short course with lunch and dinner and then accommodation. Then day two will be a chance to play on their Palmerston golf course, a full 18-hole golf course, and you can apply everything that you've learned. All your breakfast will be included on the second day as well. So it's a stone's throw from London. So it's just a nice chance to get out of town and do a little bit of a night's coaching stay. I have got a little video here from Joe, who is the coach as well. So it's a nice way to put a face to who would be hosting that event.
Hi, I'm Jo Oliver. I will be hosting the coaching weekend for Skratch Women at Brocket Hall this spring. We will be going through all the basics, including your bunkers, long game, short game putting, plus you get to experience the wonderful Palmerston golf course. Please get ready to book. I will be looking forward to seeing you.
Jo is an amazing coach. I've actually done some lessons with her recently, now being based in Hertfordshire myself, and she is just a phenomenal communicator, and she is an ex-LET tour professional. So she knows what she's talking about. And yeah, she'll be leading the weekend. There's some really beautiful settings around Brocket Hall, so you can see the rooms are all a bit unique and true to their original sort of style. They've got great restaurants, and obviously the courses are just wonderful. If you wanted to do this trip, the price for a shared room is $375, which includes everything, food, coaching, and the golf course. And the shared room, single room, sorry, would be $450. Those are available on drop downs on the booking page. Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, cool. Number two, so our weekend away. Last year we did a weekend away, but we went to Northern Ireland and we stayed at Galgorm. So this year we're going to Portugal, and we're actually doing it on the bank holiday weekend in May. So it gives people a chance to have a break and use those days off work to justify the flights to Portugal. So this one's 3 nights instead of 2 nights. And it includes 2 rounds of golf, and accommodation is all bed and breakfast, but there's some really beautiful settings around here, like it's right on the Atlantic Ocean. The beach is really easy access from the hotel, and there's a spa, a gym, 2 heated swimming pools, and tennis courts. So even though golf takes a long time to play anyway, there is plenty to keep busy with while you're there. And it is a 5-star hotel, which is one of the best in on the Algarve coast for golf. So if you haven't heard of Donna Filipa, if you mention that to anybody in the golfing world remotely, they will have heard of Donna Filipa and the courses associated with it. So because it's a 5-star hotel and the courses are very well known, the rate for this one is a little bit higher. It's $650 for the 3 days with all of the golf and bed and breakfast included. This one, we do say, because of the standard of the golf courses, the level that we're expecting for this one is an improver to advanced level. So if you're not familiar with our levels, the way I categorize our events is we go from beginner to improver and then intermediate to advanced. So as long as you've had some experience with lessons and you've been on course, you are going to be in the improver bracket, and you're probably fine to head out for 2 rounds in Portugal. So the courses are just in stunning condition. Everything on the Algarve coast is pretty good, but there are some more elite courses, and these 2 definitely do fall in the elite bracket. What's even better is that it's only a 25-minute transfer from the airports. So yeah, it's good for a short weekend away to the south of Portugal. Welcome, Hannah. Just joined us.
Can I ask a question about Portugal?
Yes. Sorry, yeah, go Kate.
Have you researched flights at all? Do you know like roughly how much flights would be roughly? I just wondered if you'd already had a look.
I actually did research some travel earlier and I didn't do flights to Portugal. Um, but from my experience, they are usually about 250. There may be a bit of fluctuation with it being bank holiday.
Okay. All right, no worries. I can check as well, but thank you.
That's all right, sorry. Okay, then we have Manning's Heath, which is another UK stay and play. So this one's in West Sussex, which is, yeah, it's like an hour from London on the trains. We did it a couple of years ago where we went out for the day to play this course and do their wine tasting. And it was just such a fab day out. You can see some pictures here from our last time that we went there. It was so good that we all were enjoying the wine far too much that we decided, well, we didn't decide, we wished we'd stayed overnight so that none of us had to lug our clubs back to London on an hour and a bit train. So they have accommodation which has opened recently on site, and we are offering people the opportunity to stay overnight if they would like to. You can also just join this event for the day. So if you would rather just come and play golf at this, it's a phenomenal course and a really beautiful clubhouse. You could stay, do the golf, have lunch, and the wine tasting alone. You don't need to stay if you don't want to, and that option is available on the website booking page. Otherwise, if you do want to stay, then room prices vary from 285 for a shared to 365 for a single. So there's lots included. Again, it's pretty much all of your food, wine tasting, golf, and accommodation, and a second round of golf the next day if you do decide to stay. So plenty of golf included, even if you do pick the top tier single room for 365, because you get 18 holes and 9 holes and a wine tasting experience and your dinner. So yeah, quite an action-packed weekend. These are the room vibes. These are the options available. So they're all very unique to them, the design. But essentially, if you're happy to share a room in a double, it would be 285 for the whole 2 days, all golf, all food. And then if you wanted the twin, there is only one available of those. Then that's that one. And then if you wanted to do a single room in a double, then it's 365. Are there any questions on that one? Cool. And then if you wanted to just do the golf day, the wine tasting and lunch, it's 145. The AIG Open. So last year we took 14 girls up to St Andrews and they stayed in like a Scottish castle. It was kind of in the middle of nowhere. So if any of you went on that trip, you'll be familiar. I've tried to avoid that this year, and actually, we've booked accommodation in the centre of Cardiff. It is on the high street pretty much, and it's like 150 meters from the train station. So if people are coming by train, there's, zero issues moving clubs around in taxis and things. And you have really good access to nightlife, dinners out, and drinks and things after. So staying in Cardiff, watching the Open at Royal Portugal, which is about half an hour, 45 minutes away. And all the transfers will be included to the Open and to your golf the next day. So this one doesn't include breakfast because it's kind of like an Airbnb style, but I will be providing the accommodation with some snacks for breakfast and things if people want to grab and go before they head out to watch the golf or to play. But when you're out of the accommodation, it will be lunch and dinners to organise yourselves. The price ranges on the room type again. So it starts at 375. And then if you want a single, it's basically 450. So these are the room types available. So because this is an Airbnb, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more complicated booking on the website. So I might figure out how to streamline that for you all. But essentially, there are 2 rooms for 3 people. And that is these 2, which there's a double and a single in a little nook. So those ones are 375 because I realized that sharing with 3 is not ideal. But there are rooms available for 2 in a double, and then there are 4 twin rooms. So there's good availability there. And then if people just want to do a single, then there's a single room available for 1 person. But yeah, you can see the building, and that's like literally on the high street of Cardiff. So you'll be slap bang in the middle of it. And it should be a lovely weekend away. On top of that, so included in this trip, you get the tickets to watch the Open, but you also get the round of golf included on the following day. So it's really like golf weekend where you can go and watch the pros, get excited, and then you have the bug that you want to play the next day. Well, you will have golf sorted for you the next day, and you can go and try a local golf course in Cardiff, which I am just in the process of organising. So I can't tell you exactly which course it will be at the moment. But lots of the courses in Wales are stunning. Are there any questions about this one? Okay, cool. Okay, Skratch friendly. So this is our trip that we do every year. It's the trip that I first started running abroad trips with. And essentially the concept for everybody is I really wanted it to just be an inclusive girls trip away. So this one is for beginners through to advanced. Anybody can come on this trip. And it's just an opportunity to play in a team, get that team spirit going. Each day you'll compete in a 2-ball format. So there's never any pressure on the newer golfers. And it's a really nice way to just get abroad and play nice courses. So this year, you're going to be going to Mallorca, which is a great destination to get some winter sun. We're just on the cusp of weather there, but in October we try and head as far south as we can to extend the summer as long as possible. So this one's going to be 5 nights and 6 days. You get 3 rounds of golf, and you get your team kits included in the price for this one too. The brand for this one in the past has been Travis Matthews, and the year before we used Flairway. So your kits are usually valued at over £250 worth of merch. So that's included in your price. And your buggies will be sorted for you every day as well. And you get prizes for teams. So there will be individual prizes and there will be team prizes. So it's no pressure, but it's just a bit of good fun to have a little bit of competitive spirit, friendly competitive spirit. This year, so prices for shared rooms are 1,050 and single rooms are 1,400 if you chose to upgrade. Palma, if you haven't been to Palma before, I actually was lucky enough to go last spring with my partner, and it's just stunning. It's like a very historic medieval town with great nightlife. It's obviously you can see it's like kind of a mountainous sort of landscape. It has fantastic tourist like bus routes if anybody wanted to go and do some tourism around there. And bars and restaurants were fab. So I think it's great for a girls' trip. The courses that you've got to play are actually all on the same golf estate. They're on a Sheraton Arabella resort. So you'd be heading there every day from the town centre, but it's only a 15-minute transfer. transfers to golf are all included as well. So these courses are some of the best in Mallorca. Now is Alana's chance to share her experience on our Skratch Friendly to Cyprus we did last year.
Hi everyone. I'm just laughing at that picture because it looks like it was a great shot, but I think it actually went straight into the bush in front of it. So want to start by just saying very much consider myself still a beginner golfer. So I wouldn't let your abilities on golf get in the way of signing up for the friendly. So I guess why did I want to go on a trip, especially solo? So um I love golf. I say I'm obsessed with it, but I've actually never been on a golf holiday before, largely because I didn't have anyone to go with. So um although really scary signing up to something on my own, I really wanted to push myself to do it because I knew once I was there, I'd have a really great time. But also, I'm relatively new to London and I only play golf with boys, so thought it'd be a really great chance to meet more female golfers, and without jumping ahead of my experience, but definitely have made some really good friends on the trip. And we're arranging golf out with Skratch as well to continue to practice and play together, which is really exciting. So what I would also say as well is I'd actually never been to a Skratch London event, so going to Cyprus was the first time I'd actually participated in Skratch. So that itself was a little bit scary, but I think all the communication beforehand and seeing all the kind of pictures and posts of the previous trips just made me feel a little bit better about what I was signing up for as well. So some of my observations from my experience. So I would say actually the majority of the girls, so I think there was 12 of us. I think most of us came solo, apart from two people. Um, I think some people knew people previously from different events, but actually the majority didn't know anyone, so it was the first time that we were meeting. And I think as soon as we met at the airport, everyone was really friendly, and we instantly knew who everyone was because there was a massive crowd of girls at the baggage collection area, so it was kind of hard to miss who was who. And I was instantly super excited because I'd never been. We were getting the kind of the bus to the hotel, and everyone was talking about golf, and it was so exciting to be surrounded by so many like-minded girls. So we instantly had something in common to talk about. So that helped get rid of any kind of nervousness about not knowing anyone on the trip. I shared a room with a girl that I'd never met before. And as Cal said, you can pay for your own room. I didn't feel that I needed to do that. I travel a lot and stay in hostels, and I kind of saw it just kind of similar to staying in a dorm room, something that I've done before. So that helped me feel a bit more comfortable about that. But we instantly got along, and I think there was a group of us as soon as we got to the hotel, we headed out for some food and drinks, and that really helped just get to know the girls a bit more. Um, I'd say there's a perfect mix of like organized fun, so going out for dinner together, drinks if you want to do that, but also very much time, individual time. I think people took themselves off in our free time to go read books or swim in the pool, and others kind of went out and did activities together. I took part in the on our day off, we went and did a little tour of the sites in Cyprus, which was fun. I on the golf itself, again, I said this at the start, but it's a real mix of golf ability. So I wouldn't let where you are in your golf journey get in the way of signing up for a trip. There was people who had a little bit more experience, and others that they'd only actually started playing golf that year. So it was really cool to see them out playing golf on a course and taking part in the trip. Um, and as I said, I genuinely have met really good friends, and we've been out for drinks. We haven't quite made it to the golf course yet because of the weather, but we will be doing that soon. And I think, I mean, I couldn't speak more highly of my experience, but just to sum it up, I think the fact that I've signed up to go to Dubai speaks for itself because I did that almost the day I got back. So I think that is evidence of how much of a good time that I had. Um, and yeah, I think scary doing these things on your own, but I really encourage you to kind of put yourself out there and give it a go. And I definitely don't regret it. So thanks, Cal, and hopefully I'll see some of you on the trip in the future as well.
Did you find the competitive like aspect to it scary?
No. Um, Quite early on, the pink team realized that we were losing. So uh, I think it was actually really fun because Cal did a great job of mixing the abilities in the team. So there was a good mix of those with experience in the team and those that were beginners across both the blue and the pink. So there felt less pressure. And I think I enjoyed playing it as a team. I'd never done that before, so it added a nice little competitive edge to the weekend, which was really good fun.
And you loved your Travis Matthews kit, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I
Alana was
actually,
buying Travis Matthews in one of the shops when we were out there. I was like,
yeah,
"You've
I was a tracer
given
and bought some
you
blue
people."
tops when I was there. Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. Thank you, Alana, and thank you for booking Dubai. Actually, it was so good to see that after that trip, 3 or 4 of you booked straight onto Dubai. So we've already got a solid group of gals, new golfers and experienced golfers booked onto that. So that'll be fun. Has anyone got any questions for Alana and her experiences? Because I know I can obviously give you a slightly biased view on all of this, and I have usually met most people on the trips, but obviously Alana is completely unbiased. So ask her anything. Anyone? Okay. We'll just go with a glowing review from Alana then. Okay, cool. So that is all the trips for 2025. Oh no, the add-in, the late add-in that I added in this evening. Um, So last year, I took one team to play in the Golf Travel Hub Team Challenge. This is kind of like it's a pro-am format essentially, where 3 amateurs play with one pro as a team, and the pros are playing for an individual prize fund, but then the amateurs are playing for a team prize fund. It's not a prize fund, it's just prizes, an individual prize pool table. So it's really good fun. The format is very inclusive, but the event does require players to be playing off a 28 handicap, I think it is. So if you are a higher handicap, you can play, but you'll be asked to play off 28. So it might not benefit the team as much. But it's a nice opportunity if there are some more experienced golfers to go away and play a little bit more competitively. The price for this one is 1,200 basically, and it's 4 nights away to Egypt, and it's right on the Red Sea. It's a stunning venue. I've been there a few times myself. I can't recommend it more highly. It has everything you could want. And if you love water sports as well, if you're a bit of a sea junkie, then it has kite surfing, it has amazing snorkeling, it's a site for scuba diving, and there is just so much other sporty stuff you can do at these resorts. So if you feel like you want a bit of a competitive edge this year, then please join us on this. It's good fun, and you can see we do also head out onto the ocean to do some boat golf on this trip as well, which is like a mega highlight of it. And that water looks like that in real life. That's not photoshopped. But yeah, I think you can get the gist. There's also incredible practice facilities at this venue. It's called Summer Bay, and they have like world-class practice areas where you can do short game, and it's lit, so you can practice at night, and they have a par 3 night course too. So if people haven't had enough time playing golf during the day, then you can go and play golf, do 9 holes par 3 in the evening as well. Then we have Dubai. So the Dubai trip, like I said, we've got 15 people already signed up for this trip, which is next Jan. It's the longest trip that we will have done. It's the furthest afield. But the golf in Dubai is really just next level. So if you have had that on your bucket list, then now is the time to think about ticking it off. We will be playing golf, we will be sunning ourselves, we will be going to watch the Dubai Desert Classic, which will be on the same week. And we will be going to do desert safari and dinner show in the desert. So I think it's a nice mix. I've tried to give people the opportunity to have days off. So there's 2 free days where people can go and do what they want, whether that's sit by the pool or explore Dubai a little bit more. Then you have time to do that. It's not so action-packed that there's something going on every minute of every day that you don't get a chance to do things you want to do. So I've increased the capacity of this trip from my original 12 up to the current 15, and I am now reserving spaces for 24. So please do book that as soon as you can if you are interested. And if you want to spread costs of that as well, then just let me know and we can do payment, scheduled payments over the year. But yeah, should be amazing. Ability wise, again, I do say you need to have course experience. The courses are long and they are not hard as such, but they will test you in the heat of the under the Dubai sun. So just be prepared for that. Even though temperatures should be okay at that time of year, but it's different to playing in the UK. So these are the courses we're going to be playing. So we've got one round of night golf booked, which is just 9 holes, and that's at Trump Dubai. We've got then 3 18 rat holes booked for the duration of the trip too. These have actually changed, Alana, if you've noticed, since when you booked. There's Dubai courses have had huge price increases, so we've had to move our courses around a little bit. But I think you can tell from these images that they don't look disappointing in any way whatsoever. Every course in Dubai is literally next level. So we'll be playing these 3, Jumeirah Fire, Arabian Ranches, and Al Zora while we're out there. Does anybody have any questions about this one?
Yeah, so I just wanted to find out, roughly when, because I've booked on, so roughly when you'd be letting people know, so we can start looking at flights. Something that's something that you sort of want to get in early.
For Dubai?
Yeah.
This is bookable. You can book flights if you're on this event. They're not actually, well, when I checked in a few weeks ago, they weren't actually available yet. So they should be, I think they do it a year in advance, so they should probably be out now. But yeah, this trip we've already reached our capacity, so I will be emailing everybody actually very soon with balance invoices and recommended flights. We'll try and do transfers, group transfers from the airports, but if people are arriving at different times, then it's only 30 minutes. And actually, taxis in Dubai are very reasonable. I think it's the only thing that is reasonable in Dubai. So it's quite easy to get around there.
Lovely, thanks.
That's right. And that's it. So I hope that's given people a bit more insight. And I've tried to cover as much as possible. But if there's anything that you want to know about trips that I haven't covered, then please just let me know. And I'm happy to answer all your questions. This is your chance. I'm available for you.
Cal, for the Portugal one, when do you know, when can we book flights for those?
So Portugal, we do have a minimum that we need to reach. So I will update you guys at the end of the month on numbers, and then we'll have to check our position. So end of the month, if that's okay. Cool. Any other questions for anyone? Okay, lovely. I hope there's not going to be an influx of emails from you all after this with all your questions that everyone's silently writing down behind their cameras. But I look forward to having some of you join us on a trip this year, whether you've been on one before or not. We've obviously tried to repeat things that have been very popular in the past. So if you're nervous about that, then book onto one that's a repeat event. And if you're a risk taker, book onto a new one and see how it goes. But they are all from high recommendations or my experience at venues myself. So they're safe bets, in my opinion. Okay, well, everyone have a great evening. Thanks for joining the call. I really appreciate it. And if people wanted to find out a bit more about our levels system, then please join us in March, where I'll just be like explaining a bit more about how that works and the thought process around it all. But like I touched on briefly, there's essentially 4 levels that we work to, and when I'm building events, I have those different levels in mind. So beginner, improver, intermediate, advanced. So you can refer to those through the website.
But you don't have those in handicap bands, do you?
Well, no, because beginners and improvers don't usually have handicaps, but usually if you have a handicap, you're an intermediate. Yeah, pretty much. That's the kind of rule of thumb that I work to. All right. Thank you all for joining.
Thanks, Carol.
Have a fab evening. And yeah, just give us a shout if you have anything else you want to know. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I didn't want to spam everybody because I joined the call late. I missed the bit about Portugal. Will you be sending around the recording or?
Yes, I will. I have recorded the whole thing. So I will put it on our YouTube and then there'll be a link that you can
Okay.
watch it.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's great.
No problems.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Alana.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.